So obviously, a lot of people have been talking about Jarron Ennis lately. A lot of people have been talking about Jarron Ennis fighting Crawford, and obviously, I think it's a bit premature to put Jarron Ennis in there with Crawford. But I've been watching a lot of old school fighters lately, like fighters that rarely get mentioned in today's day and age. And one fighter that actually comes to mind when I think of Jarron Ennis is Meldrick Taylor. I think both of them have got a lot of similarities. They've got differences too that I'm going to discuss in this video, but they've also got loads of similarities. Now, obviously, Jarron Ennis is a very flashy fighter. Like he's got a lot of swagger, and it's quite nice to watch him box because he's got a lot of finesse when he fights. And if you watch clips of Meldrick Taylor before he fought Chavez, when he fought the likes of Buddy McGirt and he won his title the first time and he was coming up, he was a very flashy fighter. He used to put on a show, and I feel like Jarron Ennis and what's it called, Meldrick Taylor have got that same type of quality. They like to put on a show for their fans. They know how to like show flair and look slick and be quick and literally razzle dazzle and show like a lot of pizzazz and flair when they're fighting. They both have got that quality in them. And if you watch both of them fight, they've kind of got that type of similarity. But another similarity that Jarron Ennis and Meldrick Taylor have is the fact that both of them at heart, even though they're both slick fighters that could literally point score their way to victory in an easy way, they love to get into a scrap. And if you look at Jarron Ennis's last fight against Villa, he could have outboxed him if he wanted to, but he loves going for a scrap. He loves fighting like in the pocket and put himself in danger, and that's what Meldrick Taylor used to do. Meldrick Taylor had the talent to outbox 95.90% of his opponents, but for whatever reason, he used to always get himself into firefights with them, and the reason was because I believe it's to do with the place he comes from. He comes from Philadelphia, and Philadephia, for those that don't know, was the adopted hometown of Joe Frazier. Joe Frazier was from Philadelphia, and obviously the Rocky saga, like Rocky Balboa, is based off a character from Philadelphia. So the fights from Philadelphia, seem to be tough, rugged, but they seem to generally be fighters. They have slick skills. Like Meldrick Taylor is very slick, Jarron Ennis is very slick, Bernard Hopkins is very slick, but they've got that edge to them. They're fighters that are kind of raw, and they're more fighters than they are boxers. Even though they can box, they generally like to fight more. Even Joe Frazier was more of a fighter than a boxer. So yeah, I think Jarron Ennis definitely has similarities with Meldrick Taylor. He's got the flashiness, he's got the fast hands. Now, don't get it twisted. I think Meldrick Taylor was a lot quicker than Jarron Ennis, and I'll be honest with you. I think Meldrick Taylor was more of a hot prospect than Jarron Ennis. You got to remember, Meldrick Taylor won the Olympic gold medal at the age of like 16 or 17. He's one of the youngest Olympic gold medalists, and then he was part of that amazing Olympic team that had Evander Holyfield, Pernell Whitaker. He was on fire before he got into that unfortunate fight with Chavez. So I think they've got certain similarities. They've got the flair, they've got the fast hands, and they're both from Philadelphia, and they've got that Philadelphia heart. They've got that willingness to like scrap, even though they've got the boxing skills to just get away and just be slick and slippery and win an easy points decision. They love to scrap. So yeah, tell me what you think below. Do you think there's similarities between Jarron Ennis and Meldrick Taylor, or do you think I don't know what I'm talking about? I think there are certain similarities. Don't get it twisted. There's differences too. Like for example, Meldrick Taylor. I think Meldrick Taylor was a quicker fighter, like a lot more quicker with his hand speed. But then again, I think Jarron Ennis might have had better footwork. But then again, Meldrick Taylor had great footwork too. So we're splitting hairs here, but you can kind of see my point. I think they've got similarities. They're similar, but they're different. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, Meldrick Taylor was a more of a short, compact fighter, while Jarron Ennis is more lean and tall and rangier. So Meldrick Taylor is more like an Aaron Pryor, while Jarron Ennis is more like a Sugar Ray Leonard. Not in terms of their skills, but in terms of their body dimensions. Like Jarron Ennis is more tall and lean, and he could probably go up to 154, I think, possibly even go up to middleweight. But like, obviously Meldrick Taylor is more of a smaller fighter. But tell me what you think below. Do you think there's similarities between the two? I think there's definitely similarities. The flashiness, the quick hands, the flair, and also the Philadelphia heart. The fact that they both like to scrap, even though they can easily box. They've got the boxing ability to box and be slick. They just love to fight. So tell me what you think below, and like and subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot more content coming your way. Peace.